Hey Ringside crew, welcome to the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. And now here's your host, Joe Panther III.
Hello there, wrestling fans, and welcome to another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I am Joe Panther III, and today I'm having another awesome professional wrestler from the great northwest of the east, from Canada. Let's give a warm Dudes at Ringside welcome to the Priestess Lee. Welcome.
Hello. Hey, thank you for having me.
No problem. So Lee, who trained you?
Actually, I am currently still training. I'm training with my boyfriend, Jordy Taylor, also known as Taylor the Impaler.
Wow. So
Yeah.
I've interviewed other people that train with their loved ones. So is it tougher to train with like a husband than it is to train with like a regular person, like a friend and stuff like that?
I mean, I really wouldn't know anything different, to be totally honest, but I mean, I like it. It's nice because, I mean, I already know him. We're comfortable together. Yeah.
That's a good thing. He's like your husband. Does he give you like tougher advice, like easier? Like do you get like more like when you're not in the ring, you're like driving in the car, like what you think about that drop kick I did? Like is it like
I
was
mean, I
it
think I have that. I get that perk, and I mean, I get to pick and poke and prod at him for information and stuff. So I guess that's a perk of it. But he definitely doesn't go easy on me.
so like does he make you do like more of the aspect of the workouts, like the gym, the weights, or what do you more hit harder? Like he makes you like weights, or like does he make you hit the ropes harder?
No, I mean, I'm a heel, right? So a lot of it has to do with the psychology behind everything. But it's a fine balance between it all. I was already into fitness before I got into wrestling, so I mean, we both really emphasize that, but when we're training, it's usually just like psychology, going over I mean, yeah, the ropes is part of it, going over the basics. But I mean, I'm a heel, right? So a lot of
That's
the heel
the fun
stuff.
part. Sorry, that's the fun part of wrestling. Like people are like, "Oh, guys, I work with a lot of people that don't watch wrestling, and they ask me that silly question: What's more fun, being a face or a heel?" And I'm like, "Of course, I'm gonna say it. My grandfather was a heel, so he's my original favorite heel of all time. Even though I never seen any of his matches or like see anything he did, but that's like a question that I've never really got a chance to ask. Like, do you feel it when you're going through the curtain that these fans don't know you yet, and then as you say something or you make a movement toward them, and then they're like, "Oh, hate this person."
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, at the promotions I've been working at, they've had a little bit of time to get to know me, and yeah, the reactions are pretty good when I come out of the curtain. I mean, good for me. The heat's definitely there.
Mm. So,
Yeah.
what is that go-to song that you listen to on the like it could be more than one. Like, what is the go-to songs you listen to like on the playlist? What's in the Priestess playlist like the day of like the show, the whole day before you go through the curtain?
Like music playlist?
Yeah.
I mean, I like a variety of music, but I think when I'm going out on a show day, it's more metal.
Mm. Like
Yeah.
who? Like who? What metal artist? Is it old school? Is it like current metal? Like who is it?
Mostly, I don't know. I mean, some old school. I like Anthrax. I like Pantera. I like
Mm,
Testament, bands like that.
mm. I'm a big fan of like the metal scene. Like I'm a big fan of like Seven Dust, Corn, Tool, stuff
Nice.
like that. Like even though people will get kind of like mad when I say Linkin Park, but they're like Linkin Park, they sing. I'm like Chester was the man.
Man, Linkin Park's good too.
Yeah. Which Linkin Park song would you say would be like the song you just before you show you have to crouch in and start screaming to like the top of your lungs?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really good with the names of their songs. I don't think I listen to enough Linkin Park.
Mm.
What's a good common one?
I think Crawling, maybe.
I don't know any of the names of the songs.
Like, if I would get hit with a copyright strike, I would sing a few, I'd like mouth a few words, but then all of a sudden I'll see that triangle. I'll be like, no, I freaking didn't. All I can say is, bim, 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 bim. That's all I'm doing. YouTube's like, what was that? Sounded like a song. No, YouTube, that wasn't a song. That was just me clearing my throat. So what is like your normal schedule like the week of a show?
The week of a show, I mean, throughout the week, I'm mostly just focusing on, getting my workouts in, getting cardio in. And come weekends, it's pretty busy. Don't get a whole lot of sleep, I won't lie. But it's always fun. It's always fun. A lot of the times, it's Friday, Saturday show day. So a lot of the shows that I'm in are also on the island. So got to leave pretty early. Head to the island a lot of the time. I was working up in the Okanagan quite a bit too. So that also took a lot of time. Didn't get much sleep those weekends either. But it's always fun. Just really busy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So when you go to these shows, like if you're traveling, because a lot of indie wrestlers nowadays travel from like town to town instead of staying in their one promotion. Do you go to like different promotions in Canada, or you just stay in one promotion?
I've worked for a few promotions now. I was pretty steady up in the Okanagan for a bit. Now I'm just primarily focusing more locally and also on the island. It's not too far to go, but yeah, we definitely spent a lot of time on the road.
Awesome. So do you have to like pack accordingly, if you know what I mean, with the food? Do you have to like pack like a breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then breakfast for like the next day? Or do you eat like a diner or like a deli?
It's kind of a mix of all of it, to be honest. It depends on where we're going for the weekend, but like island shows are a little easier to pack for. We also have a lot of friends on the island already too, so yeah, it's a little bit of a split. Also, a lot of like convenience store food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard because you're a wrestler, you're an athlete, so you can't just say like, I'm gonna eat hot dogs at like 7-Elevens for like 3 days and like go drink a Slurpee. You got that's sugar and that's like a pork product. And you'll be like, let me get my gear on. Oh no.
Totally. It's a big part of it. Like trying to adapt to eating on the road, you can't always meet the requirements of your diet, right? So you gotta make it work somehow. It doesn't always work out, but ideally most of the time you just make do with what you have.
Yeah. So let's talk about your character, the priestess. Like, how did you come up with this like character of the priestess?
Before I got into wrestling, I was really big into spirituality. So when I was thinking of a gimmick for myself, I was thinking I didn't really know what I was going to do at first. And it just kind of hit me like, why not just go with what you know and make something of it? And the name didn't really come to me right away, but it was suggested to me and it just seemed to work. So I rolled with it.
Awesome. So, like, when you go to these shows, do you go like, do fans, if you're a heel, they probably wouldn't run up to you saying, can you sign this autograph for me? Like, you have kids actually that come up to you and ask you for like autographs or like go up to your table and buy the merch since you're a heel?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm.
Surprisingly, they like it when you're rude to them.
It's funny. That makes me laugh these days because like I'm 40 and I remember the old WWF with like the heels that you wouldn't get caught dead in front of. Like these guys these days go up to the autograph signings, they have like the old WWF wrestlers and they just go up to $1 Million Man and they said, how can I take a picture with you? And he's just like this. Tell me in your wildest dreams, would you ever walk up to Ted DiBiase in the 90s and say, can I take a picture with you? Didn't you? Everybody hated DiBiase. Like,
Yeah, I guess I don't know. I was surprised, to be honest, because I didn't think it would happen. A lot of the time, it's like very hesitant and pretty afraid, but they still do it.
I think it's cool that like wrestlers now, the heels, like the Miz, when the Miz was a heel, and like these indie wrestlers, if you're a heel, you think, oh, I'm not gonna be able to sell merch here. This person wants to like beat me up and throw me in their trunk. No, they're walking up. Can I buy a T-shirt? I just like called you a weasel face loser, and now you want to buy my T-shirts? But merch is merch. Money is money. Like,
Yeah, just don't mess around and we're all good.
don't go over don't reach over and slap or punch. Yeah. So, in closing, Miss Priestess, if my fans would like to follow you on social media, how can they find you?
I'm on Instagram with that very handle, so it's the Priestess Lee. I'm also on Facebook too. I have a Facebook page, so you can find me on there too. Same thing, Priestess Lee.
Awesome. If they want to buy any merch, how can they find it?
I actually need to get some more merch out there. I don't have any available at the moment.
I know.
Out there for sure.
If there was any kids watching this episode, hello. This is not YouTube Kids. If they want to get into the wrestling business, what kind of advice would you give them?
I would say to have faith in yourself and keep pushing through, work hard. Don't give up when it gets hard, but put the work in and show up every day. And I think you can't go wrong with that.
Awesome. Miss Lee, Miss Priestess, I want to thank you so much for coming on the podcast. It really means a lot. And I'm happy I finally got you on, because we were like, let's do it. And then something happened and we're like, oh, it's not going to happen. And then boom, we found a date. We had it. Today's the fun day. I'm Joe Panther the Third. Your turn.
Oh, I'm Priestess Lee.
And we will catch you in the next one.